You want upsets? We've got upsets. That's why you watch the NCAA Tournament. Here's a look at the largest tournament upsets by spread. Of course, UMBC beating a 1 seed. That's the biggest upset in NCAA Tournament history. But in terms of the spread, it's Norfolk State in 2012 as a 21.5-point dog against Missouri. Norfolk State back in the big dance this year, going to take on Baylor in the first round. Here with CBS Sports HQ college basketball analyst Matt Norlander. Upsets to watch for in the NCAA Tournament, and you've got a couple.
I do, and before we get rolling, a reminder that every year, every tournament, we get at least one or two that we never see coming. So I'm going to try and give you a heads up on just a few here that I think have a decent shot, but there's going to be one or two that almost no one's talking about, and that's the glory and the amazingness of this bracket. We'll start with Vermont and Arkansas. I think Vermont, which has been one of the hottest mid-majors in the country, John Becker's done a wonderful job. This program has made something of a habit of getting to the NCAA tournament. It comes out of the America East, where UMBC had a big one, as you just saw on the screen there, against Virginia. Arkansas is a very good team, very physical, can play amazing defense, but Vermont has been scoring in bunches there, and this is a program that is familiar with the big upset. They did that, of course, against Syracuse back in 2005. Another one to keep an eye on is Wyoming over St. Mary's. I think the Cowboys, if they can get through that first four matchup, get past Indiana, St. Mary's, Wyoming feels destined to be a game maybe decided in the high 40s or low 50s. And as Jeff Linder, the Wyoming coach, told me recently, we play unlike anyone else in college basketball. Their style of play, they rely on the post. They go to two players, Hunter Maldonado and Graham Ike. High volume players, high efficiency. They go against the grain. They're not using a ton of ball screens. They're not launching a ton of threes. They can, but they play slow. They grind it. They're going to beat you with the 2-point shot. That's one I'd watch for Hakeem. And then the last one is going to be one that's a bit trendy, but frankly, Virginia Tech over Texas has to be an upset you got to be on the lookout for. Mike Young's team will look to shoot it early and often from three. They've got capable shooters. They move the ball so well. Texas has been a bit inconsistent here. Chris Beard will have his team plenty ready. I mean, they will be going through it as they prep, scout, practice, because Beard knows that program, after losing last season, as it did when Shaka Smart was there, those fans are really hoping they can avoid first round disappointment for a second consecutive season. But Virginia Tech has rated well in predictive metrics all season long, and really what we saw in the ACC tournament was a team finally playing up to its reputation at the likes of Ken Pom, Sagarin, Bart Torvik, what have you. So those are three upsets to keep an eye on, but as always, there's going to be one or two, maybe a 15 over a 2, 14 over 3 somewhere, Hakeem. I cannot wait to see what Thursday and Friday provide for us as we return, by the way, to our normal format in terms of when the games are played and how they're played across the country.
Those are your upsets to watch. How about the must-watch games? You cannot move from your couch, from wherever you're viewing this, on your tablet, on your phone. What are those games?
All right, I had to edit myself down. I'm just going to give you two. Okay, these are the two, and there's one on Thursday, there's one on Friday. By the way, both of these games are on CBS. That's America's most watched network. It's the network of stars, and if you listen to Eye on College Basketball, you know we mentioned that plenty. Murray State, San Francisco, two amazing young coaches. Murray State's Matt McMahon, San Francisco's Todd Golden. This is a 9:40 tip on CBS. Winner probably going to face Kentucky. Imagine if it's Murray State against the University of Kentucky, by the way. Whew, that would be an amazing one. San Francisco, though, has rated highly in predictive metrics all season long. That's got a great chance at being a great game. And the other game that you got to watch is Ohio State versus Loyola Chicago. Ohio State has a top 10 player in the country, E.J. Liddell, does so many good things. Malachi Branham, a wonderful defender, and has turned himself into a first-round pick. But Loyola Chicago, well, we've seen what it's been able to do. A season ago, it makes it to the Sweet 16. There was the Final Four run that was under Porter Moser. It's coached by Drew Valentine. He's just 30 years old. He's the youngest coach since Jeff Capel 15 years ago to coach as a head coach in the NCAA tournament. But the Ramblers bring back everybody except Cameron Krutwig from a season ago. Really, really good team. I think this is a great chance to be a pretty tight game. And, oh, by the way, that's your first tip on CBS on Friday. So after we get a full day of games on Thursday, 12:15 CBS, Ohio State Loyola Chicago is a wonderful way to kick off day 2 of the first round.
Ohio State was upset by Oral Roberts last year, a 15 seed. They're not losing this year. I'm taking the Buckeyes in my bracket. I mean, look, I'm from Ohio. I'm going OHIO. I know you love Loyola, but I'm going
They're
Ohio
both
State.
Good. I guarantee you Chris Holtman's not getting any sleep this week. I talked to him over the weekend. He will be gearing up because this game will mean everything to him in that program.
All right, here we go. The must-watch games, the upsets. That's what we'll be watching for across all the networks, CBS, TBS, TNT, and True TV. And, of course, come to us for analysis, picks against the spread, all the highlights from March Madness, full highlights as we take you from the first four to the final four in New Orleans.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.